So weirdly, I am laying on...
Break! Good boy.
When we first met, that was actually our first ever date, Ultraflex.
My best friend. Coffee of choice is a small one today because I've got a... That's all that fucking matters. So focus on that and fuck everyone else. Welcome to episode 3 of the bulking season. Make sure you tag us in your stories on Instagram. Do this. Hello. Don't know why I'm doing that. Thank you for all the support so far. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the vlogs, and of course I'm enjoying filming and documenting it, of course. So today's video is going to be a trip to Ultraflex Derby for a pull session, hip hinge day, which I'm looking forward to, as well as some few bits like supplement updates, a little bit of updates here and there, and of course running you through how to program your pull sessions if you're looking to improve your back. We've got a Physique update as well. We also cover and talk about a little bit of self-doubt when bulking as well, which I think is something that a lot of us experience when we see scale weight go up, we see body fat go on. It's kind of like self-doubting the sort of process. So of course we're going to run you all through that today. And yeah, without fucking more waffling, because these videos are quite long, aren't they? Let's get into it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let's fucking go. This morning I am 79 kg, which is 174 pounds. And for anyone who tracks in stone still, I am 12 stone 6. As we'll be traveling today and out the house, I have decided to meal prep my food and make it so much easier for me rather than having to flaff about and try and grab something when I'm out. I don't really like eating that way anyway. Like, I couldn't think of anything worse than having to go to the shops and get like a protein bar or a meal deal. Like, I just haven't got it in me to eat like that, and I'd much rather spend 30 minutes doing this, knowing that I can stay on plan, eat the foods that I like, and also, like I said before, really enjoy meal prepping too. Like, this part of bodybuilding is very enjoyable for me. Funny enough, I don't think anyone would ever say that, to be honest. So I love doing this, and it just looks organized, and it's just the bodybuilder in me, to be honest with you, that want to keep on top of absolutely everything. So anyway, waffling. Rice, vegetables, which is broccoli, and beef mince. That is my meal number 2. We've got meal number 3, which is the pre-workout. These are oats. I've added whey protein in there. All I simply need to do is put it in the fridge. And then we've got our post-workout meal. This is Vicky's post-workout meal, which is beef mince, rice, and green beans. I have the same, but as you can clearly see, the portion sizes are different. Vicky's got 50 grams of uncooked rice. I, however, have 125 grams. So Vicky's dieting, I'm bulking. You can tell the difference. Even with the Tupperware that we've got different Tupperware for Vicky, and then different Tupperware for mine, because I don't think mine would fit in that one. Yeah, that's how we keep organized, guys, and all I need to do is put that in the meal prep bag, take it with her, and I haven't got to go off plan, I haven't got to stress, and I'm still adherent to my goals, which is important. This is honestly my best friend. I just kissed the rice cooker, bro. Yeah, I don't know what I would do without this, to be honest with you. This has been probably the biggest game changer over the last couple of years in my bodybuilding journey, in my meal prep journey. So if you are still boiling your rice, you need to get one of these. Honestly, the rice cooker will be a game changer for you when it comes to meal prep, because to be honest, who wants to boil rice? Number 1, you fuck it up most of the time. Number 2, you got to sit there and wait for it, which with the obviously rice cooker, you can just literally just crack on what you need to crack on with, not worry about it. Also, got my beard trimmed, and I feel like I'm about 10 years younger. Like, I only snipped off like the tiniest amount because I just wanted a bit of a reset, because sometimes my beard gets a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit dry, and it gets a little bit, what's the knots that you get? I can't remember what it's called now. What's it fucking called, Georgie boy? Basically, it knots in your, I don't. Anyway, I feel like I look a little bit younger with a shorter beard. I actually quite like it. I think it makes me look a little bit more presentable and a bit more mature. When I've got a slightly longer beard, it makes me look a little bit rougher. I don't know if that's the right term to use. Sorry if anyone's out there who's got long beard. I feel like I'm a little bit rougher. So yeah, let us know in the comments. Do you like the shorter beard? Do you like, obviously people are gonna go, yeah, we like the longer beard, because they always say that. So we are just out for the first walk of the day, and if you've got a big dog like this, these leads are very handy because you just tie it around your waist and you just basically let him fucking pull you. It's like being on a sledge. Look at that. Even Vicky's got one as well for Mango. She's not quite the dog for it, but if you, she is.
Up that hill, she pulls me up, which is a great thing when you're in a diet and you can't be bothered walking up the hill. So I just let her pull me?
Yeah, I just walk like this and I just let him pull me like that. So if anything, it's less effort for me to walk because he's basically pulling me. If you've got yourself a big dog, get yourself one of these bad boys. Oh yeah, sledging, but what would happen with him is he'd fucking push me down the hill and I'd die probably. Anyway, so it's nice to actually get out and the sun is out. Nice little first walk of the day.
Still cold.
Still cold. Can't wait for these walks to be like walking down the beach. That would be nice, won't it?
Oh, look
That would
at
be
that.
nice.
Maybe in a few months.
Walking down the beach, sun out like this, nice and quiet. No people gonna fucking stab you or something like that. Oh, it'd be beautiful. Sit down. Sit down. Good boy. Wait. Lay down. All the way. Good boy. Break. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Today's plan of action, we are heading over to Ultraflex Derby for a session. Vicky's meeting her client there and they're training together. So excited about that. Obviously, Ultraflex Derby has a soft spot in my heart. Follow the channel for, what, last year or so? We used to train there full. We were traveling an hour there, an hour back and doing that 5 days a week, which is a lot of traveling just to go to a gym. Obviously, I think in my opinion, one of the better Ultraflexes, like I think in my honest opinion, the Ultraflex Derby is better than the Ultraflex Rotherham. Don't get me wrong, I've always got a soft spot for Ultraflex Rotherham because I prepped out of there in 2022. The vibe when I was there was, it was next level, you know. You go in there and you'd be so influenced and so motivated being in that type of atmosphere. However, I feel like over the last sort of couple of years, I've only been a couple of times and like the atmosphere and the vibe at Ultraflex Rotherham is very different now. I feel it's very bitchy. I feel it's very toxic. I feel like I'm kind of almost like tiptoeing around almost and not necessarily feeling my comfortable self. So if I had to pick Ultraflex Rotherham or Derby, I'll be honest, I'll probably go for Ultraflex Derby. I think it's a fucking incredible gym. I think the atmosphere, the equipment, I just think everything is spot on. I think if Ultraflex Rotherham had the vibe of Ultraflex Derby, it would be better. But if Ultraflex Derby had the equipment that Ultraflex Rotherham has, I think it would be light and day different. As much as we would love to travel over there every single day, it was what, 10 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 10 hours a week of just traveling in the car. And we wanted to expand the business and grow in that aspect of things. So unfortunately, we couldn't keep on top of it. It's going to be a good day today. I'm looking forward to going over there, using some of the equipment, being in that atmosphere. You know, you walk in there and you see like some IFBB pro bodybuilders, you see people training very like we do, and it motivates you. You know, whilst I'm not going to be as big as these guys or as strong as these guys, I want to be in there and I want to be in the environment where I can push myself. And I think when you're around those sort of people, you just automatically want to push yourself harder. I always have good sessions when I go there, no doubt, but today should be a good one. But in the meantime, we are out for a lovely walk down the canal, soaking in some sun, letting the dogs piss and shit and have some fun at the same time. So if you had to pick Ultraflex Rotherham or Ultraflex Derby, which one would you pick?
I would pick Ultraflex Derby.
Why would you pick that one?
I would pick that one because I just feel like the vibe there is just a little bit different. I feel like it's very friendly. And I feel like the equipment, saying that, we've not been Ultraflex Rotherham in a long time. I think the last time we went was after your show. No, it wasn't. It was for your birthday. But before that, I think we went after your show. No, before, yeah. Oh, bro. Let me try again. Fuck. Yeah, I think Ultraflex Rotherham is good. We've got really good memories there because when we first met, that was actually our first ever date, Ultraflex Rotherham. It's always going to hold a really special place in my heart, but I just feel like Ultraflex Derby is a little bit more spacious, in my opinion. It's a little bit of a bigger gym, which is cool. I think I like the vibe there in terms of like music. That's it, music. Music's different. Yeah, I like the music. And also, I think Ultraflex Rotherham's changed now, but Ultraflex Derby does have like a recovery room that we used to go in. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Ultraflex Rotherham have that as well now.
But they didn't used to.
No, they didn't used to, no.
Yeah, so I haven't been in a really long time, so my opinion might be invalid in this current moment.
1 minute 34 to tell me that Ultraflex Derby's better. Standard Vicky procedure. He takes about fucking 40 minutes to explain an answer that could be done in 2 seconds. But that's us.
What I was going to say is at least you're getting content because you've been shit with posting, and at least I can talk for you.
I've been bloody good. You've fucking not posted. That's your issue. You haven't been
But
posting.
I keep them waiting. When you keep them waiting, they want you more.
Waiting for what?
They want you more. The law of attraction.
Okay. At the moment, we aren't sponsored by any supplement company, so this has come out of my own money and my own pocket. So all the things that you see here is actually what I'm going to use, because clearly I fucking bought it myself. There's so many influencers online who are sponsored by companies, and trust me, I've been in the fitness industry now for many years, and there are so many people that promote products, but they don't even use it. And I'm thinking, sitting there going, you fucking chat a load of shit, bruv. So I'm not here to sell you, buy these products are amazing. It's just my experience and what I've used over the years and what I like using, so you can take it or leave it. So first things first, if you are firstly really struggling to fall asleep at night, I bought this for Vicky. I've used this many times in the past. I use this in my preps when I get deep into it, when body fat's low and I just can't switch off. Superhuman sleep, and I've just passed out whilst eating it. It is that strong. Now, it's got a few ingredients in it that will literally wipe you out. It's even got melatonin in it as well, which is gonna, well, it's got two milligrams of melatonin, which doesn't sound a lot, but with the other ingredients in it as well, it fucking spangles you. The only downside to this, there's two downsides. Number one, it tastes like shit, which isn't too much of an issue. Number two, it will fuck you up in the morning, meaning you'll feel quite groggy. You ever taken melatonin, you've overdosed on melatonin, you wake up next day, you feel groggy as fuck. This is the only downside to it. So just pre-warn you, if you're gonna take this, you might feel groggy the next following morning upon wake. However, you're struggling to fall asleep, this will fucking knock you out, I promise you that. Cream of rice. Now, I got a few samples because I wanted to try, why am I gonna invest into the next cream of rice that I use? The one that I'm liking really well at the moment is the custard cream trained by JP one. The mixture, the texture, the taste, I think is up there with some of the best cream of rice that I've used. Obviously, OGs will remember the complete strength caramel biscuit cream of rice, but this at the moment seems to be up there. They've seemed to, like, I don't know what they've done, complete strength, but they've seemed to change their cream of rice. It doesn't taste the same anymore. A few other bits that probably nobody really cares about. Dream sleep, that's for me. Vicky's gonna use the superhuman sleep. Watch me probably use that tonight and I'll be fucking spangled. A few health sups that I'm using at the moment for obviously assistance. So of course, if you are using steroids, you need to be taking your supplements. I've always said, like, if you're not taking your supplements and you're taking gear, you shouldn't be taking gear in the first place. Like, please, if you're going down that route, value your fucking health. Like, don't be stupid with it. Don't be reckless. And if you're sitting there going, oh, I can't afford to buy these supplements, get off gear. Get off gear, please. Don't jeopardize and ruin your health if you cannot afford it. Anyway, two of the supplements that I use are Love Heart and Love Heart. I think these are different. Love Heart? Love Heart Care and Love Heart. Again, two products for heart health. I've got some other bits in the cupboard for cycle support as well. I can go through that in a separate video. One for inflammation, glutathione. And then last but not least, or actually two things here. Favorite non-stim at the moment is Pumpage from Trained by JP. I like this one. It's sour cherry, which I've never gone before. So I'm hoping that's not gonna be too sour. I've been previously in the past when I've used Trained by JP products, the taste has not been amazing. Like the EAAs that I had, I literally had to fucking throw in the bin because I thought they were terrible. I can't remember the flavor that I had a few years ago, but I was like, how can anyone drink this? And then the final one from JP is Joining Raspberry. Keep fucking dropping everything, dickhead. That's what I've got. That's what I've purchased. That cost me like 270 quid. And funny enough, I actually got it from one of my old sponsors, Supplement Mad. So if you're interested in any of the products, links in the description. You use the code YourMum and you'll get 10% off your next purchase. I'm only joking. Imagine it was your mum and someone actually went on there and, oh, your mum doesn't work, George. What's going on? So weirdly, I am laying on the floor. But one thing I wanted to show you, which I think I've shown the YouTube channel before, is this little gadget here that Vicky got from Amazon. It's basically a hip flexor release machine. So very straightforward. All you do is you lay on it where your hip flexors are. It's both aligned for the hip flexors. And yeah, it actually releases the hip flexors quite nicely. I'm lazy when it comes to massage work, mobility, stretching. I don't really enjoy it, to be honest with you. I've realized if I do something, it's better than nothing. Does that make sense? So like 5 minutes a day is gonna be better than me doing nothing at all. Well, Vicky bought this, and since I've been doing it, it's actually been really helpful. And I'll show you how you use it. It's pretty straightforward. If you can't figure this out, then you've got to be a bit of a retard. So all you need to do is find a spot on the old hip flexor, and all I do is just lay on it here, and it's kind of like a bit like a trigger point release therapy. I think everyone needs to do a little bit of stretching mobility. I find a lot of people don't do this sort of stuff. You hammer yourself training, but you don't look after your body. Like I said, 5 minutes on here just to release the hip flexors. I've got RDLs today, so I know I'm traveling over to Ultraflex Derby, which is about an hour's drive. I know if I sit in the car, my hip flexors are probably going to get tight, so I want to try and release them earlier so I don't go into that hip hinge having tight hip flexors, which stops me from training as hard as what I want, if that makes sense. So little gadgets like this. I even actually do it on my chest, funny enough. So I was literally laying here earlier, and I was just laying here, and I was just getting into my like top line of my pec, just underneath the collarbone, and oh my god, like If I don't link it in the comments or in the description, please comment saying, George, can you link it in the description so you can get yourself one from Amazon, or you can just type in hip flexor thing on Amazon and it'll probably come up anyway. So we're on our way to Ultraflex, hour drive. Rule of thumb, if you're traveling for more than 45 minutes, you've got to get yourself a coffee for the drive. I've got an ambulance behind me, so let's get the fuck out of the way before things start kicking off. Boom, look at that. 30 driver, talking, doing all bits, still aware of ambulances going past. Should we tailgate it? You ever done that before?
No, I've seen people do it.
Oh, well, I'm admitting to doing something illegal on YouTube, so we'll go with it. I've tailgated police and ambulances before when I was like 18, okay? That was stupid. Don't do anything like that, because that's not good. Coffee of choice it's a small one today, because I've got a non-stim pre-workout, and the issue is I don't want to drink too much before I go into the training session, because I'll be pissing myself like nobody's business. So we've gone for an iced Americano, 3 single espressos. I used to say espressos. 3 sugar-free vanilla syrups. That is the go-to order of choice in the summertime. It sometimes does differ between this and a cold brew, or in the winter time it might be a warm one, because obviously it's very cold, but hopefully for future references now moving forward, it's always just going to be a cold one, if you get what I mean. So I'm going to sip on this. I normally have my caffeine I'd say about an hour before I start training, and then I'll have my non-stim pre-workout around 5 or 15 minutes before I start get going. So I'm looking forward to it. Gonna sip on this, chill, look at the cars around me in the beautiful area of Staffordshire, Derbyshire, and well, I have to speak to Vicky as well.
You know better than I do. You know better than I do. Nothing to think I do. Not one I don't even hope you die these days. I hope you live till 85 these days.
Testing. Can you hear me? I think you can. Anyway, so I've just arrived at the gym. Vicky's gone in and met Anya, so I'm just gonna sit here, chill for a minute, because when I come over and travel to different gyms, I have like a level of excitement that I start building like huge levels of anxiety. Like before I came in here, I was just fucking anxious like nobody's business, sitting in the car like shivering, and fuck knows what was going on there, to be honest with you. So I told myself, just give myself a minute, take things in, don't know why I've got anxiety, ain't the end of the world, and just go with the flow. Whereas before, I just like go in there, rush, like I have to be in there straight away, and yeah, then my session goes tits up. So I'm gonna take my time. That's basically what I'm doing. So for pull today, I'm hip hinging today, so I haven't gone through this one on the old channel yet. Back into a pull rotation. I haven't done pull for about, before this new rotation of sessions that I'm doing, I haven't done pull for about 12, 15 weeks maybe. So I love training back. I've always gone through phases over the years of enjoying certain muscle groups, and at the moment I'm enjoying training back a lot. Push sessions, they're all right. Obviously legs, I've always loved legs, but back at the moment, obviously I've got a big goal of wanting to build up my back, especially thickness, width, and I feel like I've sort of over the years found what works best for me in terms of the setup, actually fucking setting up my posture properly, because over the years, like, I've just been this hunched round guy, you know, short, tight and pecs, and I wonder why I can't connect with my back, and I wonder why my back is shit. So now that we've focused on the joint positioning aspect of things from what you've seen on the channel, I like to say that I can connect probably the best that I have done my back in probably years. And like I said, it's all good, like me coming in here, rowing 7-8 plates on a machine, and you know, RDLing these big weights, but if I'm not seeing the progress in my physique, then something's clearly fucking going wrong. So I've taken a step back, and now I'm building that momentum up. So I'm gonna run you quickly through the session. It's gonna start off with a hyperextension. So I always do hyperextension work before a hip hinge. Activate them glutes, train those glutes, get those glutes stronger. I see many people miss out on glute training. Step on stage, they've got really small, tiny little glutes, and I'm thinking, there's no way in hell you've trained your glutes over the years. So glutes, hyperextension first, then we go into that RDL, and then I'm going into those back movements. So going into a D-handle pull down, pin loaded or plate loaded row variation. Then I'm going into a single arm row, and then it'll be rear delt fly, and then a bicep isolation. So again, I haven't trained arms in about, again, 12, 15 weeks. I didn't need any more arms, but now I've had a little bit of arm training because I can notice when I look at my arms, they just look a little bit smaller than what I would like. So drip fed a little bit, working on the old arms across the week, but that's pretty much fucking it. Headphones in, switch the fuck on, nothing changes, you know, when I come to a different gym. I try and stick to my routine as best I can because that's what I like doing. I might change one or two things across the training session, whatever it may be, depending on the availability. But yeah, just set the fucking standards, send it, have a good time and enjoy it, and that's what it's all about. So I ain't gonna waffle anymore because I ain't got nothing else to say. Let's get into it, let's get fucking massive, off-season underway, big year coming up over next year, let's fucking go. Your daily reminder to do stretching mobility work, even if it's just 5 minutes, it will make a big difference. The only time people do stretching mobility work is when they're fucking injured. But if you kept on top of it, you probably wouldn't be injured in the first place. So after the last video, I mentioned about ab training, doing it first, prioritizing it if you want thick abs. Had a few questions after that surrounding what exercise would I recommend and what sort of rep ranges. So rep ranges for me, often 10 to 15. I never go really below like 10 reps. I don't see the point, and chances are if I go below 10, I'm going to be using other muscle groups to get that muscle short, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be using secondary muscles, which I don't want to do. The goal with ab training is to create tension. The goal with any training that you do is creating tension with the muscle. So if ab work, slow, controlled, 10 to 15 reps, almost kind of want to feel like you fucking want to be sick afterwards. That's the goal with it. And then exercises wise, I normally rotate between 3 different exercises. A crunch variation, which allows me to overload the weight with good tension. A leg raise variation, again, which allows me to overload the weight. And I've always been a big fan of planks as well. Planks are some of the most underrated, in my opinion, for midsection control and strengthening the actual core muscles, because it's all great having blocky, strong abs, but if the muscles underneath aren't strong, then you're not going to be able to actually fully strengthen the core. Does that make sense? So a lot of people run into lower back issues because the core is a very weak area. And I'm not just talking about core like abs doing an ab crunch. I'm talking about the muscles underneath, which help stabilize the spine, help stabilize the hips as well. So something like that is what I think you should program, and just rotate between each exercise that you do. And I promise you, do it 6 months, you're going to see a difference, and you'll cross transfer over to other exercises that you are doing as well. So I am just warming up on the RDLs. Again, I've reset this completely since injuring my back in like March time now, I think it was. So what I've done is I've started off with 60 kilos. I did like 8 to 10 reps of that just to get a feel for the movement. I went to 100 kilos. I did like 3 or 5 reps. I can't remember now exactly. I then went to 120, did 1 or 2. I went to 140. I did 2. I did 150 just now, and I did 1 rep, and then I'm just going to go in 160. So as you can see, the closer I get to my working set, the less reps that I do. The lighter the load, the more warm-up sets that I'll do. With this particular exercise, just take your fucking time. Take your time, because this is an exercise that you can, one slip, you're injured, and that's fucking affecting everything, upper body training, lower body training. So take your time with this. You're not in a rush. Perfect the setup, perfect the form, know what you need to do, visualize what you want to achieve. I know it sounds so fucking hippie. I'm sitting here right now thinking about what I want to look like on stage, and I know these exercises are going to make a difference. That's how we fucking lock in, Geordie boy. It's time to fucking lock in. The tunes are banging. I can even hear it from my headphones right now. Fucking big people in here. Set the standards. We know the fucking score around here. Sorry, I need to stop swearing. Fuck it. Come on, Geordie boy. One thing that I'll quickly say surrounding like how much weight you are using. If you're competing, nobody, and I mean nobody, gives a fuck how much weight you are lifting, okay? I've been backstage countless times. Nobody asked the question of, oh bro, how much did you fucking deadlift in your prep? How much did you bench press in your prep? No one gives a fuck about that. So it's you versus you. You stay in your own lane, you focus on yourself, and as long as you're progressing yourself, at the end of the day, that's all that fucking matters. So focus on that and fuck everyone else.
So there are going to be two reasons why you want to use a cable lat pull down station rather than a traditional cable station. Number one, they're always fucking busy in the gym. So chances of you being able to get on them probably going to be quite slim. So use a lat pull down station, drag a bench over like I have, and you'll be able to do the same movement. Number two is how vertical it is, how tall they are. Most lat pull down stations, most cable stations are quite short. So to do this exercise, it's quite hard to get decent range of motion in my opinion. Whereas I want to try and stay more vertical. And the lat pull down station allows me to do that compared to a traditional cable stat where I can't be as vertical as what I would like.
So I'm going to run you through the rest of this pull session with a voiceover. I did 4 plates here, did it for 2 reps, and then I told myself, you know what, I need to re-rack this because I'm not going to get 8 to 10 reps that I set out in my head. And one thing that I want you guys to note here is that always be honest with yourself. In the past, I've done 4 plates for a set of 8, so I thought, you know what, this time around I'm going to be able to do it. But today it just felt really heavy, and I was just going to move weight from point A to point B, not really get anything out of it. So lesson from the Georgie boy here is just always be honest with yourself and reset the weight if need be, because the first thing that always comes first, and something that I always advocate, is good form, tension. And you know, moving weight is fun, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, if you're not going to stimulate much, it's all great shoving 4 plates on this, but if it's going to be shit, then what really are you going to get out of it? So I dropped the weight there and I did 3.5 for a better set, and then I did 3 plates here for an okay set. Like, I wasn't overly happy with it, and this is the beauty of like filming yourself, you know, because you can obviously look at this and actually learn from it and what you can improve upon. So to be honest with you, probably next time round I would just drop the weight just down a little bit more and focus on just quality. And eventually, you know, with my scale weight going up, with food going up, more time in a bulk, you know, you're going to see those numbers go up, I have no doubt about that. Moved on to this D handle cable row, hitting the lat horizontally here. Again, you want those thick lats from the front. It's really something that I'm trying to target this off-season growth phase. This is one of my favorite movements. So everyone can do this on a cable stack pretty much. I'm really trying to think about like driving my elbow down, dropping my scapula as well. So in this lengthened position, I try and think, right, scapula down, and then drive elbow down, and then try and wrap around the spine. A few good cues to think about when doing this. So yeah, this was really nice, and I'm using my 1MR, what are they called? Fucking straps, that's what they're called. I think I've still got a code active on there. I think if you type in Born 10, something along the lines of that, you'll be able to get some discount on some good straps. And these ones that I'm using here have been probably by far the best straps that I've used. So yeah, if you're not using straps on movements like this, like you've got to be using straps, you know, if you're sending it to failure. I see so many people, you know, sending it to failure or trying to, but they're not wearing any straps, and I'm like, your grip is just going to limit how far you can take it. So yeah, an absolute must if you want to improve that front double bicep, front lat spread. You know, that movement there is going to really target the lats quite nicely. Finished off with some rear delt flies. Cues that I want to think about here is just dropping the elbow. So as you can see, my wrists are slightly higher than my elbows, and that's going to help the rear delts get activated here. So yeah, love the prime one. I set it on pin or cam number 3, whatever you want to call it, which is challenging more of the lengthened position and a nice drop off in the shortened position. So perfect for this point in the training session. And yeah, you know, the key for seeing big 3D delts, in my opinion, and upper back is those rear delts. Like, people have like really overdeveloped rear delts. They just look, those shoulders just look so fucking bulky. I think it's such a cool look in a way. So do your rear delt flies of some sort. And then I moved on to this hoist sort of D handle seated bicep curl, which I actually really liked. This machine's so weird. Like, I'm not sure if any of you guys have used it before, but you have to let us know in the comments. Like, it moves whilst you do it, which is actually very weird when I actually am sitting in the seat. Like, it just feels different, right? But it's the only isolation that I'm doing in this training session, so of course I was going to send it. I did like 2 sets of like 15 to 20 here, so I like high rep stuff with the arm work. And that concluded a very good session. So yeah, I'll link it in the description. Try it for yourself. So, a very good session, very happy, and just nice to be in this atmosphere again. You know, there was a reason why I travelled an hour here, there and back to train here, because yeah, I mean, the gym is incredible. The atmosphere, the vibe, the music, the machines, of course. it's just amazing. You know, this is what really gets me going when it comes to going to gyms. So yeah, I felt very motivated, very energetic. And one thing that I would suggest to a lot of guys watching this, like if you've got like a weekend off, like just travel to a gym like this. If you don't have access to gyms like this daily, just travel for one day, just have a day out. I don't know, go with a few lads or take your missus there. Like honestly, it just refreshes you so much. Like I can't wait to go back into my usual little bubble Monday and get stuck into the gym again. So little days out like this like really do mean a lot. Anyway, shut the fuck up and stop being a soppy bastard. We are 3 weeks now into the bulk, so I'm going to give you of course a physique update. I'm so happy they sorted out the lighting in here, because I remember last time I was here and I used to pose, I never used to like the lighting, but they've changed it now, so I'm hoping it's going to be making me look a lot bigger than what I am, hopefully, touch wood. So this week I have pretty much maintained my weight, which is not necessarily a bad thing. You watched the previous video, I went through the data and showed you kind of like the trends of my scale weight and what it seems to be looking like right now. I'm feeling good, my energy's high, my performance is good, so you don't need to see scale weight go up every single week to be in a calorie surplus. So at this moment of time, I'm happy to hold here, solidify the weight just a little bit more, because if I just keep going up and up in weight, I'm just going to gain body fat, and that's just going to shorten my opportunity to grow. My insulin sensitivity is going to reduce, and eventually the weight has to come off, right? So I don't want to be spending like I did last year on prep, having to lose 20 plus kilos to get in stage condition. Patience is key, and often many people in these situations, they don't want to be patient with their progress. They just want to keep going, and then they're 4 or 5 weeks deep into it and they're like, oh shit, I've gained this amount of weight, fuck, I'm now really fat, and now I have to pull back a lot earlier than what I planned. So if your scale weight's holding, just take into consideration how you feel, how you look, your performance, your recovery, all those sort of things. And once those start declining, then that's when you can start adding in more food, get that scale weight up. But at the moment, I'm happy with where I'm at, things are going well, and I don't need to see that scale weight go up every single week. So I've waffled so much there. Let's get the kit off and let's have a look at where we're at. Obviously, the key areas that I'm trying to improve on in my physique right now are obviously muscle everywhere, but I really want to improve my back thickness and my lats. My lats from the front, my lats in a rear double bicep. So as you can see, a lot of the movements that you saw today are really going to be what I'm focusing on to improve. But of course, we'll show you some relaxed shots. As I always say every single week now, we don't walk around like this all the time. So it's important to remember that I look normal when I'm relaxed, okay? I don't look like a bodybuilder. We're not meant to look like bodybuilders. Well, some people do, but I certainly don't, and that's okay. It doesn't necessarily matter, I'm just relaxed, okay? So relaxed versus intense. Remember when you go on Instagram and you see matey boy fucking posting thinking, oh fucking hell, I wish I would look like him. What does he look like relaxed? I guarantee you probably doesn't look like the photo that you fucking saw. So chill the fuck out. Just remember that everyone's very different, and only on Instagram and social media, they show you the best parts. No wonder you don't see on my Instagram a front double bicep. Why? Because I don't like my front double bicep. Only YouTube is exclusive to that. So upon reflection, just looking back at the videos that I just recorded, I don't like the way that I look this week. I just don't like it. I just looked at myself and I thought, nah, not too happy. But it's important to remember, guys, that it's not, you're not meant to look a certain way when you're trying to build more muscle, and 95% of people will look worse to look better. So this is only a temporary phase, short term, for the long term progress that you want with your physique. So I remember over the years of where I am right now, like I've never been happy and I've always self-doubted myself when bulking. But then when it comes back round to the diet, I then realise, oh shit, what was I worrying about? Because I actually like the way that I look. So if you're bulking right now and you're watching this, you don't like the way that you look, it's okay. We're not meant to like the way we look all the time. So just embrace it, just enjoy the ride, just ride the wave of that sort of burst of feelings and emotions that you have,
and just remind yourself of the goal. The goal outweighs looking a certain way at this moment of time, and it's only temporary, and trust me with that. I've been in this position many times, so of course I'm just going to keep going, tick the boxes, do what needs to be done, enjoy the process, enjoy the training, enjoy the extra energy, and of course when the time is right to present the physique that I want, obviously we'll certainly do that. Okay, so unfortunately my camera has died, but I just wanted to quickly show you post-workout gloriness. So like I said earlier, I've got my rice, beef mince, green beans, and we've also got some beetroot, some gherkins. Vicky's got some tomatoes in there, and of course with our trusty meal prep bags. Make sure you get yours as well. So that is going to conclude episode 3 of The Bulk. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Comment down below, mug, if you've watched the whole thing. I've just had a coffee, I've just edited this, so this will be going live. Thank you for all the support so far, all the comments, all the likes. It really does mean a lot to me, and it helps the channel grow. We're nearly, I always say it, we're nearly at 50,000 subscribers. Not that it changes much, but 49 doesn't sound as good as 50 in my head anyway. So if you can, continue supporting the channel, subscribe if you haven't. It really does help the channel grow. And I want to showcase this more. You know, I love documenting my channel, and I've done it over the years now. I've been through one hell of a journey, and I'm going to continue doing it for as long as I possibly can. So please like, please subscribe, please share it on your stories if you're watching this as well. It really does mean a lot. And of course, guys, I shall see you on Wednesday for the update in week number 3 with a few other bits that I've got planned. So make sure you subscribe and follow along, okay? I've said about subscribe 3 times now. If you haven't fucking subscribed, then you probably won't at this point. Anyway, shut up. See you in a bit.